Thank you so much for those introduced for the first time. My name is Michael Blake. I'm the Assembly member for the 79th District in the Bronx, New York, representing parts of the South Bronx, which this is a very personal issue that we face on a regular basis. I want to first thank Lonnie and Sandy for being on the call today and sharing the story that they just have. Jessica should still be alive today. Many children, many families should still be alive today, and they would be alive with proper gun control and with the right leadership to get us here. This is personal for us. In the Bronx, we've seen this several years ago when Lloyd Morgan, a 4-year-old, lost his life because of a stray bullet that happened outside while he was playing on the playground. What's clear is a choice. Secretary Clinton is focused on protecting lives while Senator Sanders is protecting the lobby. So when we think about Lonnie and Sandy's story, what it makes us clear is that the stakes cannot be higher when it comes to keeping families safe, making sure that these terrible tragedies do not happen again. It is why I am an adamant supporter for Secretary Hillary Clinton and why New York and this country needs her to be our next president. Secretary Clinton knows that it is past the time that we take serious action to prevent gun violence, being committed to standing up to the gun lobby and putting our safety in our communities first. As president, there are a few specific things that she's been very clear about. Number one, Secretary Clinton will lead the charge to repeal the Dangerous Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, as we've spoken about just now. Moreover, Secretary Clinton believes the gun industry must be held accountable when their irresponsible actions lead to these heinous crimes. Secretary Clinton also believes that we have to do more to crack down on the gun stores that flood our communities with illegal guns, something we see too often in many of our urban communities and communities of color, which I'll allude to in a moment. As president, Secretary Clinton will provide funding to increase inspections and revoke the licenses of dealers that knowingly supply straw purchasers and traffickers. Unfortunately, these elections are about a choice. And in 2006, Senator Sanders stood with the gun lobby and voted to pass a law that would have made it harder to revoke the license of a gun dealer that breaks the law. Senator Sanders was in the House when the bill passed. If not for Senator Schumer's hold on the bill, President Bush would have signed that bill into law and it would have had devastating impact on New York City. In 2011, 90% of the nearly 2,500 traceable guns used in crimes in the 5 boroughs of New York City were from out of state. 90%. The vast majority of crimes nationwide come from a small number of irresponsible dealers. So in New York City, we depend on the federal government to enforce firearms laws against irresponsible dealers outside of our jurisdiction, outside of the city. It's already hard to do that, and Senator Sanders was trying to make it harder. It further proves that not only are Senator Sanders' remarks that the gun violence problem is a problem for urban America absolutely and entirely offensive, they are also entirely wrong. This is personal for me again. The Bronx is now the most diverse county in the country. So when someone speaks about something being an urban America problem, it's a problem for me. Gun violence is a nationwide epidemic that affects all of us, regardless of the color of our skin. Insinuating otherwise is simply insulting and dangerous, just like we're seeing on the other side and the other party. Secretary Clinton believes we should be making it harder for dangerous individuals to get illegal guns, not easier. Secretary Clinton will increase the number of gun sales subject to background checks, fight to repeal the gun industry sweeping immunity, and close the dangerous loopholes that put us at risk. Again, elections are about a choice, and Senator Sanders, on the other hand, has constantly been on the wrong side of the issue when it comes to gun violence. For example, he won election to Congress in good part based on his opposition to common sense gun reforms in a race where the NRA ran ads against his opponent. He voted against the Brady bill, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. He voted against the Brady bill 5 times. He voted against the funding for the CDC to research gun violence. He voted to create the Charleston loophole. He voted to allow guns and check bags on Amtrak trains. And he defended PLCA protections for gun manufacturers on the day of the Newtown massacre. New Yorkers and this country need Secretary Clinton fighting for us in the White House. I urge for everyone to make sure that we support her and support her campaign, and I will be doing everything I possibly can to make sure Secretary Clinton is our next president. We have to ensure that we are protecting lives and not protecting the lobby. That is why we are on the phone today, and that is why we are adamantly supporting Secretary Clinton. At this time, we'll be happy to take any questions you have.